So Pope Francis dies the day after Easter. Klaus Schwab steps down from the World Economic Forum the same exact day. Now, if you think that's just some kind of grandpa level coincidence, you are not paying attention. This is what you would call ritual timing, global coordination, and spiritual warfare playing out on the main stage. Two titans of power, one spiritual, one globalist, gone in 24 hours. In the world, they shrug, not here. Because here we see the battlefield. And it's time to start paying attention, right? Let's break it down. Pope Francis dead at 88, just hours after celebrating the resurrection of Christ. Klaus Schwab, a Jesuit-educated founder of the Great Reset, resigns at 87, just 21 days after his birthday, April 21st, 2025. That's not a retirement day. That is what you would call a ritual marker. Two of the most powerful figureheads in religion and global policy both stepped down on the same day. You're watching a controlled demolition of old power structures making way for something new, something digital, something synthetic, maybe something demonic. Easter is about resurrection, life over death. Then boom, Pope Francis dies the day after. That's symbolic. That's precision. Rituals aren't just robes and incense. In elite circles, they're dates, events, and deaths. Then Klaus Schwab steps down. Pop this up for you. He steps down. The high priest of the technocracy bows out on the same day as the Pope. You don't write fiction, man. That's obvious. This is the spiritual and global elite handing over the keys to the next generation of control. Even Vladimir Putin called the death of Pope Francis during Easter a special sign. Even he knows. Now, J.D. Vance had just met with the Pope here. You can see the video clip here. But the Pope's gone, right? So what now? What now? The WEF's high priest is gone. That means new blood's going to be stepping in. Maybe younger, more radical, more AI aligned. We're not just talking about new leadership. What we're talking about is a phased rollout of the globalist system, maybe cashless economies, programmable currencies, centralized global law, faith replaced by equity, freedom being replaced by safety, which we've been seeing in the past few years. This isn't politics anymore. This is doctrine, and this isn't from God. Right? This is the globalists trying to take control. The Vatican's been in bed with the WEF for years. Joint conferences, climate initiatives, migrant policies. Francis literally pushed for a new world economy in 2020. Right in sync with Schwab's Great Reset. You remember I did tons of videos on that, 2030, this and that. Religion became a branch of the global policy, and global policy became its own religion. Now both figureheads vanish in the same moment. That's not retirement, that is power ritual. They're prepping the next Pope, the next Schwab, to align even tighter, maybe with AI, digital IDs, mark of the beast system. You know, a lot of people who read the Bible know what I'm talking about. Let's talk prophecy. Revelation warned of a false prophet, a globalist religious figure, a global religious figure who paves the way for the Antichrist. Now ask yourself, what happens when the world's biggest religious throne is empty, when Klaus Schwab, the architect of the global governance, resigns at the same time? You get a vacuum, and something is going to fill it, and it's going to fill it fast. We've already got a global push for a one world religion under inclusivity, cashless systems rolling out, digital surveillance in every pocket, and apostate churches that preaching self-help over salvation. How many of these pastors have you seen that basically they're blowing up on the Instagrams? They're up there basically they're life coaches. They're not even preaching from the Bible, man. I've seen some guys, they don't even mention the Bible. They're just talking about, hey man, work hard, do this and that. That's all fine and well, but the pastor should be teaching from the Bible, and that's what we're seeing. AI, scary enough, is being promoted as being divine. And in the Bible, it says, and he calls us all to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Sound far off? They're already tying your digital ID to your medical records, your bank account, and guess what? Your location. This is not sci-fi. This is Revelation going live in real time. We're seeing it. Now, you want to survive this, you need more than faith, right? Well, you need faith first off, but you also need tradecraft, because the world you live in is a full-blown psyop warfare. And I'm going to tell you how to read deception like an operator. Baseline behavior, number one. Everyone has a normal voice, a tempo, and eye movement. When they lie, they shift. They're too still, they're too fidgety, their eye contact disappears or intensifies unnaturally. Don't just listen, observe, okay? You need to observe these things. Be observant to what's going on. Number two is micro expressions and leakage. You ever see someone smile with their mouth but not with their eyes? That's emotional dissonance. The body leaks truth in milliseconds. Look for that twitch, that blink, that jaw clench. It's the crack in their mask. Now, number three, language tells liars. They repeat your question. They over-explain. They use overly formal language. They avoid I statements. They remove time references. I didn't do it becomes I did not do anything wrong. Guilty minds speak like they're writing in a courtroom statement, okay? Number four is narrative pattern shifts. Media shifts are your biggest clue. When every outlet starts pushing the same buzzwords, climate crisis, domestic threat, digital convenience, that's not a story. They're reading a freaking script. Learn to smell the coordinated rollouts. They always come before the control laws. We've been seeing this since 2020. They've been doing this heavily, okay? So pay attention to these things. Number five is adopt the gray filter, okay? Don't react, don't trust, just assess. You don't have to believe or disbelieve anything. Just measure it through patterns, through postures, and through consistency. That's how operators survive in hostile territory. And trust me, you're in one now. So what do you watch for at this moment? Watch for replacements. They'll be younger, maybe more diverse, AI obsessed, polished just like your favorite Marvel villain. They'll promise peace, security, and progress. But behind the mask, you're going to find more digital control, global health mandates, faith diluted into universalist garbage, and the silencing of anyone who doesn't bend the knee. I just watched videos of people being arrested in Britain for talking about Christ. I just saw it like yesterday. Guys, this is not a conspiracy. It's a convergence. The Pope is dead. The reset king is gone. And the beast system is rising, okay? You're either prepared or you're prey. I highly suggest to get trained, to get righteous, to get sharp. Be aware. Pay attention to what's being fed in your news cycles, whether that's mainstream or lamestream media, social media. I'm noticing now on social media, if you watch it, there's a lot of the same content rolling out, and a lot of it is pretty lackadaisical. They're trying to calm you before the storm. That's what I'm noticing. The war isn't coming, guys. It's already here. You need to stay armed, stay spiritual, stay dangerous. And throw Frosty and Strapped in there as well. Black Scout.